Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to City Skylines. This is going to be our last episode on this map. I elevated a whole line of stuff along there in the last episode, and we've started filling up the river. I released the dam, and we started flooding all of this over here as well. And I've noticed since coming back that the floods are now starting to really take hold. We're starting to flood some of these low-lying areas over here. And this is also filling up a bit here as well. But there's something that I wanted to do. I said that I wanted to do it, and I'm about to get going on this. I've gone into Steam, and I've enabled a new thing that I can do. And apparently it is this. I can purchase all the areas of land. And this is as far out as we can go by purchasing up here. But I can get everything. I can buy all of the land now as 21 pieces. Now, there is another mod that you can get that allows you to purchase 81 tiles. So it goes out even further. I have read in different places that one is not quite so reliable and it may cause some problems. So I thought, well, let's not worry about that one for now. Let's just go with these. So we've got all of this unlocked now. You do have to... This one works by you've got to get to the end of the game and then you can, like, buy all of these extra tiles. So we've got all the way down to here. There's a bit of water in there that we can use. So now, technically, we don't even need to use this because the water will come over to here. I mean, it does have another dam over there. So kind of what I want to do is just fill that bit up there. And there's another mod that I enabled, and that is if I go to here, the shift terrain, soil availability at the moment. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to do... No. Soften. No. Level terrain. Now, this one seems to be the best one. So I right-click up there, and then I click on here. The other mod that I went and enabled is one that gives you unlimited soil. And this one does seem to be absolutely brilliant. So what I can do is I can build a wall across here, like this. And we can join this all in together. And we have ourselves a large natural dam that I think is going to work rather well. And the idea today is I'm just going to flood the city. That's all I want to do, is I want to completely flood my city. So if I put that across there, the water will eventually go round the small barrier that I built on the other side. And I don't want it to. I want it to fill up completely. So we'll just put that across there like that. And then this little barrier over here is... Even if it does break through, we've got that over that side. Now, I've got another barrier over this side, but I mean, there's a hill up there, isn't there? If you have a look round, you can see that hill that goes all the way around there. And this is going to be the bit back here. The river's not going to allow... we're going to run out eventually. We're going to run out of area that the water can go and fill up. But it should fill up some of this at least to start with. We can have a little bit of fun with this, and we'll see how it goes. So let's press play. City limits are now officially expanded. I wonder what plans local government has. Nothing that anybody is going to like, I can assure you. Garbage is piling up. Now, I did say that I was going to do something over here to this city to introduce, fire and things like that. I'm not going to do that. All we're after today, all I'm interested in today is completely destroying this city, and I'm hoping to do so with the water as the water fills up and it slowly floods everything, and then I will start a new map. And what I'm going to do with the new map is still flowing in this way. It's actually still flowing in this way by quite a bit by the look of it. We've got a lot more flooded here, and the floods here are really starting to take hold. The new map, I've got the Natural Disasters DLC. I haven't actually enabled it yet, and I've got another one as well. I'm going to be using all of them. I'm going to enable the DLCs, and I'll also have this one where we can build everywhere. And I'm going to look very carefully at the maps before I select one for my next episode. And that is likely to be a map that we're going to stay on for quite a long time, I would say. I don't think that we're going to be leaving that map for a very long time at all. Now what's going on? It's filling up more and more up here. I want to have a look at the water a minute and just see Okay, that water overlay there doesn't show us where the water is going. This one does, though. Right, so it's flowing into here, and then it's sort of flowing backwards from over here, because these are still actually pumping. Despite the fact that these are now all underwater, they are still pumping. So, that's an interesting reaction. This one here, though, this one's all coming back out now. This one's sort of gone up as high as it's going to go, and then it's not doing any more. So I think what we'll do here is if I go into this one and I go level terrain, we've got the level terrain, and you just right click over there, and then I'll break through this and allow that water to run down to that lake. Could prove interesting. Get rid of you. No, I want to get rid of you. There we go. Yeah. That one there, that should now flow into that lake. I mean, it's not going to make a huge difference to anything. It's over here that the interesting stuff is happening. And it's getting higher and higher and higher, and the traffic is actually now stopping for the flood instead of just driving through it. The trains haven't been affected yet. We haven't had anything affect the train. Oh, well, I say the trains haven't been affected. These trains over here have been affected. That one is now completely underwater. It's a job to keep up with it all, to be honest. We got cars over here that are just floating away. They're piling into the water, and then they're getting stuck, and they're not able to do anything else. And this one over here, this is starting to fill up a bit. We've got this now completely underwater, so we've separated these two. This bridge over here is still operational, so the traffic can still get through there, but it can't get through this side here at all. Oh! Now we're talking. This is what I wanted to see. This bit here. What's going on over there? Oh, we got people still running around on here. Look at them. They're throwing themselves off the cliff. Except that now this is all gone underwater, so they can't really do a lot here anymore. The floodwaters advance. Where is our rocket? Our rocket is actually ready to launch. I'm going to launch that rocket. This could be the very last time this rocket gets to do anything at all. That's off. And look at the water. The floodwaters are getting higher. Over here, we've got waterlogged houses. This is just brilliant. The problem is the river coming in at the top end is not going to allow us to... It's not going to allow the river to come in as much as I'd want it to. There we go. That one's gone. And over here, there, the floodwaters are coming in. And they're coming in well. They're washing the streets. I'm wondering if all those happy faces were the water washing away all the garbage. It could well have been. I'm not really sure, to be honest. We've got a big pit over here that will eventually fill up. We've got all of this oil industry over here. And it looks like things are slowing down back here. I don't know if it's actually going to fill up or not. We've got our wall of water here from this bit. But that is very slow moving. Why have I slowed down again? Oh, because I did the rocket thing. Right, so that one there is still just pouring through. So it's emptied this bit out a little bit. And, I mean, we know that that's not going to get affected up there. But look at this down here. This is now the... With all of that stuff on the riverbank that we built, that is now gone. That's all gone underwater. This area here, this is... We're going back up to our roundabout. We spent such a long time working on that. But it's this one over here that I think is the most impressive. That is absolute... And there goes the rocket pad. It's gone. Look, we got crime coming up here as well. Crime rate is high. That's hardly surprising. And, oh, the airstrip is now going underwater. Does this mean that the trains could actually get flooded out as well? Could be the first time that we've actually got our trains completely flooded out. And there we go. The population is now actually starting to drop again. We've got a weekly change going now towards negative. All of this dirty water up here. This is fantastic. But it sort of seems to be hovering around this point. It doesn't seem to be changing very much. We've got a little bit of like a flood wall going up through here. But it doesn't seem to have changed a huge amount. Have we got anything else? This half the circle is now underwater over here. We can't access that side. I think that bridge there, because of the water now coming on this side of the bridge, is... Yeah, we've got some traffic there. It's just about, both sides, we've just about completely cut off connection on either side of the river. And we've got, I mean, there is the tunnel over here, but that tunnel, I suspect, is going to get flooded in a minute. If it's not flooded already. And we'll look back up this way. That's pouring out more and more. But I think that, I mean, we've still got water flowing this way. And looking by the river is now, it's sort of flowing up here. And yes, we've got some water flowing down here because it's still running down the rapids and into the lake here. But this lake is going to start filling up now because we've sort of reached this point down here. And it's a shame. I should have gotten another another thing where I could speed up time a bit more. Now, what about water? I got water structures, but I don't have... It's what I'd like to be able to do is, like, introduce a new water source up on the top of the hill. If I could put a water source, that would be very, very cool, but I don't think such a thing exists. I've got all of this, various different things there, and I've got foliage, I've got trees, all kinds of trees, and we've got gravel path and pavement path, and then in here I've got this. I don't have an actual water source. That's actually really disappointing. I would like to have had a water source. I would like to be able to create a water source. We've got a flood wall, and I've got a key there, and then canals, but I don't have any kind of water source. Which means that if I do this, the water is... Oh no, the water is still coming in. It's still flooding through. There we go. Look, I've got my deep hole over here that I made. That's starting to fill up. So the water over this side is still flooding in. It's just taking a while to sort of rise up that high. This is awesome. This is absolutely brilliant. It's coming all the way out here. We might just want to build a little bit more of a wall over there, just to like fill it up properly. But the motorway is now being affected. This here is being affected. Our industry, the heavy industry over this side, that hasn't been touched yet, and neither is anything in here, but we've got an awful lot of traffic queuing up here. I think that's partly... Oh, it's because they're trying to come off the road over here, but they can't go any further. They're getting stuck, and they're coming down here. Coming in onto this side. There's nowhere else for them to go. They can come down there. Come out this way. They can still get across this bridge, but they can't go back in. They can come. They have to go all the way around. Could someone water the plants while we're gone? I don't think you need to worry about your plants being watered, unless, of course, you're not from round here. And in which case, yeah, this is fantastic. I want to get this entire city submerged. I think this is brilliant. When we sort of complete the next map, when we've explored what we can do the next map and so on and so forth, I'm doing this again. I'm going to completely wash away the next city as well. And we've got a load. So we got little bits of water coming down here, just filling in this bit. I'm going to put another barrier up there. Now this one down here, this is going to take a while to fill this one up, I think. That is going to take a little while. What I could do, just to aid this a bit, I think, is I'll go into here. Let me go back to the landscaping. If I right click up there, I'll just fill that one up a bit. Just like that. But then what I will do is I will right click out there so we get a nice low point. And then I will run the low point right the way through here. And what I want to do is I want to build a channel that goes right the way through here. Ooh, can we do that faster with this one? If I was to take the deep canal from here, slope, I don't want a slope, I want it to go right through to here. Height too high. I can do that over to there. Yeah, the thing is, though, it does it up in the air like that, which I don't particularly like, I gotta be honest. That doesn't work for me. I thought that it might just, like, cut it down. Wide, medium canal. Let's go with a deep canal down here and go to there. And then I want to put it right the way across over to here and see what that... No, it's lifting it up into the air. We don't want that. So I'm just going to get rid of those. That's not helpful. Unemployment is high in the city. You've got bigger problems, right? There are currently bigger fish to fry than unemployment. I can assure you there are much bigger fish to fry at the moment than your unemployment. Brush strength. Let's increase... There. Ooh. Okay, now we got some brush strength. Just gonna wallop that through there. Some serious strength on that brush there. Right the way down through. So this is going to connect these two up. The motorway on this side is now doing extremely well. Bring that right through there like that. There. Okay, that should be... Yep. We've got a nice deep hole that's coming through there. I haven't quite connected it together. I suppose I should, actually. That would work a little bit better. If I just do that there, and I connect that in on this side as well. There's a whole load of water now that's going to go flooding in. So it's actually going to uncover this area just for a little bit. It's still filling this up. We've got the floods have moved in even further up here. A little farming zone there in the middle of the roundabout. That's all gone. This area up here, we're starting to spread out across here. We've got more onto the motorway. Ooh, this is looking good. Reaching further in, we've got a lot of crime out here as well now. The middle of this city, the middle of the circle is now starting to get flooded as well. We've got... It's still pouring... I mean, yes, it's still going to be pouring into here because I've got this open gap here. But that's not going to take long. All those floodwaters have suddenly receded here because we're filling in this huge gap. But that's not going to take very long. I think that's going to fill up fairly quickly, actually. And then this one down here... They're still working. I mean, yes, we've got a dead person awaiting transport, but I get the impression that they're still working. Everything still seems to be working, which is quite bizarre, really. I wonder if I overdid it a little bit with my my connection through here. I don't think I did. I think it's going to be all right. We've got a little bit of water that's still flowing through, but that great wall of water there. See how much is going in there. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. I love it. Garbage is piling up. Yeah, we know. We don't care. Now, we're using 1.3 million litres a week, and we're producing 1.3 million litres of sewage a week as well, which is really helping. I'm going to have a look here a minute and just see... It's actually flowing backwards here for a minute, because it's flowing up there. So we're nearly reached the point of... we can't do any more, right? So I mean, I think the floods are going to go across the plain over here. This here, obviously, is now changed. That the whole dynamic of it has altered somewhat, but that's going to change back again fairly soon. Just need that water to kind of level off a little bit in through here and fill this bit up. That was the idea there, and then it'll circle round, and we'll have water coming in from this side, as well as water coming in from this side over here. This is now just receding a bit. Flood waters are receding, so everybody will be able to get through, go where they need to go. We've got a little bit of a puddle here at the moment that they've got to deal with as well. The trains have now finally stopped running. Or they've stopped running one way. It looks like they're all going in a different direction now. Ooh, where did that one come from? That one must have come from down here. They're getting through. They actually seem to be getting through. So why has all of these trains stopped? Not really sure what's going on here. Have we got, like, multi-directional trains of... I think some of these trains are trying to, like, go in on each other, and one's trying to go one way, and one's trying to go the other way. That's the front of the train. I think these two here are on the wrong side of the track. Everything's come to get like these. There we go. too many trains on the same spot. They got hung up on this bit here. That's what they did. It's that one there. So they got hung up there, and then they weren't able to do anything. That one's just... Yeah, that one's going to go through. And coming over this way, we've got more of them hanging up on this bit, but I've got a bigger... I'll have to remember that. A small triangle like that can actually cause a major pile-up of trains. So we have to make sure that the triangle is a little bit bigger. I was going to say, it doesn't look like they're going this way, but there's one there that's heading out this way. He's going to brave the floodwaters. Is he going to get through? He is. Absolutely fine. No trouble at all. Of course, now, this is all emptied out, which is a little bit disappointing, but... We've got this big wall of water, and that's now come into here. And it's looking a little bit better. And so now it's all going to start... It's already filling up again. We've already got the floodwaters rising, and rising fairly rapidly. I think I overdid it when I filled that bit up. I think that's my mistake, because I overdid it when I filled that bit up. So I'm going to actually correct that mistake. I'm going to go back to there. I'm going to right-click on there. And then I'm going to just landscape some of this in a little bit. I haven't got any money. I've used up all of my money. I had like 15 million in there. Okay, so landscaping is apparently an expensive pastime. It's an expensive hobby, and I've used up all of my money by doing it. So what I can do, I want to go to here and loan 20,000, 200,000 there. Let's take all the loans. Take everything we can. It's another 300,000. Let's see how quickly we can spend 300,000 by landscaping in here. Not enough money. Okay, that there just cost me 300,000. So digging that great big trench, that obviously is what set me back a little bit of cash. But I have just filled in a little bit of the base of it there, so that's going to flood back out again. And now we just got to wait for that to fill up. That's literally all we got to do. I'm starting to think that I shouldn't have done that. I'm starting to think that filling that bit up was a little bit of a mistake, because the floodwaters seem to have receded to by a disappointing amount, to be honest. A very disappointing amount. We got all of this up here flooded. It appears that destroying your city in this game is actually harder than I first gave it credit for. I thought that it would be easier than this, but apparently it's not. You've got there are a number of things that you've got to take into account, like the cost of doing the landscaping bits. And it's the landscaping bits that have really cost me here. This one in particular. I was just thinking, we need some money, don't we? So, the sensible way to get money, other than loans, because we can't get loans at the moment, that is to deal with your budget, isn't it? Now, we're spending rather a lot of money on some of these things, so I think that we really need to reduce the amount of money that we're spending on things like healthcare. People can pay for their own healthcare. They can pay for their own police, and they can pay for their own police there, and fire. They can pay for that. Education, yeah, they can pay for that themselves, and the monuments and the parks and things like that. Public transport. Why should we waste money on public transport when people can pay for it themselves? There we go. I never understand in real life why anybody would be expected to pay for their own healthcare and so on and so forth. It's, you don't pay for your own healthcare because you don't have like the state providing healthcare for you, like most people do in the world. It's a big thing, and there's an argument that I heard just recently was somebody was saying, well, why should we continue to pay for other people's healthcare? Why can't they just pay for their own? They should shop around and get a good deal on in case they get emergencies. And somebody's response to this was, well, why are you calling in the fire brigade when you have a fire in your house? Surely you should man up a bit and shop around to find some decent firefighters and then pay for them out of your own pocket. And I thought that's kind of... that's not far off. I don't think that's far off of the whole, the complete argument on that. But anyway, I'm not going to say anything more about that because otherwise people are going to get upset with me. We've got 12% on taxes. I'm going to put that up to 20% because I'm greedy. So we're going to go 20% on there. I'm going to put everything up to 20% and I'm going to reduce all of the services in the city as well. There we go. 20% on that one. 20% on that one. That's going to get us some money. That's also probably going to drive a few people away as well. They're not going to like this. There we go. 20% tax on everything. And With 2,000. The population is leaving at 2,000 people a week because I've reduced all services and I've just... Look at this place. I've destroyed it. The land value is plummeting. Your city consumes more water and produces more sewage than it can handle. I got money, though. I got lots of money. I got lots and lots of money. Right, I'm going to go back into the landscaping. And while I've still got a little bit of money here, I'm just going to fill up a little bit of this one with some land. That's it. That's all I can do. There. I can just raise that up a little bit. There we go. That's all I can do. I've used up that money. And now the population is busy scarpering as fast as they possibly can. But I filled this up. This whole bit is now full, and the flood waters are rising. Look at this. They're starting to come back up, and now we've got floods everywhere. We've got the land value is plummeting. Crime rate is through the roof. This place is terrible. This is what happens when you cut all the public services. The entire city just disintegrates into nothing. And all you've got is the odd lonely island of someone who had loads of money. And they put a load of money aside, and then they suddenly find that what is the point of being number one when you're the only one? And that is it. Here we go. The hospital. Sewage is backing up. Look at this. Look at the total destruction of our city. It has completely fallen apart. This is the end. The end is nigh. We're down to 80. We're losing nearly 4,000 people a week are now abandoning this city and running away. And it's hardly any surprise. And I still don't have enough flooding. It's because I dug that big hole, and we're going to have to wait for ages for the hole to kind of like fill up. But I mean, it's starting to fill up over here. This is starting to fill up, and then I feel that I did fill up some of it, and so it's backing up this way a bit. Tell you what, just in case I decide to do this next time, I'm going to put that back down like that, just in case it doesn't reset for the next map, because otherwise we could end up finding ourselves in a costly situation. So this is... It's kind of reached an equilibrium in here, and so the whole area is slowly beginning to fill. We've got a lot of waterlogged areas over this way. We've got $500,000 here. We're absolutely draining the people dry of every penny that they possess. So we got plenty of money coming out. Sewage is rife. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to help the sewage situation. Water and sewage. I'm going to go here. I'm going to have a waste pipe right here. Okay? I'm going to take this waste pipe and I'm going to install that. Space already occupied. Slope too steep. Space occupied. There. And I'm going to take a pipe. I'm going to join that one in. There we go. Right. Sewage situation is sorted. Oh, yes. This is brilliant. The sewage situation has been dealt with. Ooh. You know what that means? I could remove some of these. Sell these over here. And we're going to get a whole load of... Your citizens are sick. Well, they should have bought themselves some healthcare. And there we go. And we go through here. And here. And we're going to remove all of these. And we are going to go and... Yes, okay. We know that you have low health. And we're going to put some of these in. Alright, there. Alright, and you're going to come into here. I need to just... How do I rotate you round? Like that. Try and put that one on there. Is it possible to bring this out? I can put it in... Right, I can put one there. I can put another one there. Let's just join these up with some pipes. You onto there. You onto there. Right, so I've sort of dealt with some of that, and then I'm going to go up here as well. There's an area up here that we can use. Somewhere. There's got to be. Space already occupied. There. Space occupied. Oh, it's because it's going under the road. So I can drop it there. And I can put another one up there. So that we can use those. And we'll put another one here. No, actually, I'm not going to drop it in there in the middle of the city. I'm going to put one over here somewhere. There we go. Right, and now join that in there. And then join you in there like that. And join that one in. Is that all of them? That is all of them. Right. The city is abandoned, though. We've only got 900 people left in the city. There are 900 people left. That's it. Everybody is left. The sewage is pouring down the street here. Look at this. Look at this. It's actually flowing down through the streets. Everybody has gone because I put the taxes up. I think that was the main reason, was because I put the taxes up. And now we've just got the ruins of a city left behind. I'm actually going to go back here now, and I'm going to put these taxes back down. And I put taxes... Ooh, the city's on the brink of bankruptcy. You must cut services. I got a bailout. Right. I'm losing 150,000 a week. I'm going to put the taxes to 8%. And do that on all of them. We'll go down to 8%. And we'll see if we can get some people to come back. You going to come back, people? Probably not. There. Okay. 8%. Workplaces need more. The people are already coming back because I've put it down to 8%. I mean, yes, I'm still losing 150,000 per week, which is quite impressive, really. But the people are starting to come back. The people are coming back into a waking nightmare. Right? This is an absolute nightmare for the people because, look, I've got raw sewage running through the street, but look, they're here, they're moving in. Why would you move in right next to that? I mean, seriously, look at this. 1,000 people in here. We're at minus 500,000 money. Oh, this is fantastic. I didn't notice this bit over here. It's sort of backed up from there a little bit. Oh, this is just awesome. Look at the floods have come through now. This I had no idea this was coming through. That is amazing. That is absolutely awesome. Look at that. That is properly washing the filth of the city away. And we never need to worry about it again. It is gone. We're at minus 1 million almost. There we go. Look, the industry has been washed clean. The tunnels are filled. This place is becoming pure. It's becoming pure. The purity of the city is finally being dealt with. And so we're consuming 47,000 out of 680. Sewage draining capacity is 180. So the whole sewage thing is not great. But I mean, all the sewage is here. It's running away. We've got more sewage over here pouring out onto this area. Your citizens are unhappy. Try placing some parks or providing better city services. We're $1 million in the hole. I don't think they're going to be staying. Somehow, I don't think they are going to be staying at all. We have destroyed this city. I don't even know if it would be possible to bring it back from this. I think this is it. I think the only thing that I could do worse is if I got the unlimited funds and I did like a major bit of landscaping and built a big dam across here and then deleted the whole thing all at once and just let the wall of water go pouring through and completely wash everything clean. I think that is the only thing that I'd be able to do to make this any worse than it already is. But I'm down to 143,000 and I'm getting 150 people per week moving. I wonder if I reduce the taxes down further, down to 2%. We'll go 2% on tax. And we'll leave it at 8% on the others. There. Is that going to encourage people to move in faster? Are we going to get people coming back? Doesn't look like it. Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose it is picking up a little bit. Weekly change, 160 to 150 people. There's not... Why are you so happy with the city? Look at it. It's absolutely destroyed. Right. I'm confident that I have utterly obliterated this city. I have completely destroyed it. We've got 3,000 people here now, down from 130,000 people. The floodwaters are rising. Once again, they're inching out, coming in across, but this has already been flooded. This has already been destroyed. It's a dead city. That's all we've got here is just a dead city. It's gone. It's no good to anyone. I've got raw sewage running through the streets. This city is going nowhere. And I'm $2 million in the hole. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, Frithburg is done for. That is the end of Frithburg. So I gotta think I'll probably just call the next one Frithburg as well, because so many people wanted me to call it Frithburg. Maybe Frithville or something like that. I think we'll go Frithville, because everybody seems to want me to name it after Frith, and it really does seem rather sort of big-headed to me to be naming it after myself, but this is what you all keep asking me to do, so you guys are kind of the ones that control all of this, so I'm going to listen to you. But yeah, that's all we got time for today. So if you've enjoyed the episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And in our next episode, we will start a new map. We will move away from biblical destruction on a massive, unprecedented scale, and we will start building a new city. I will have the mass transit DLC, the natural disasters DLC, and I think there's a couple others that I will have enabled from the start. I will also have the 21 tiles that we can unlock later. That one's going to stay. And I'll start looking at others. Somebody said there was a transport DLC as well that I should be looking at, which is really good. And I may take a look at that one as well and do something with it. But I might just add that one in a bit later on rather than doing it to start with. But anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.